Hi everyone, this is our second lesson this week, and what we are going to be focusing on today is your reading project. So your essential question and learning objective are there. How can I express myself through literature or art? And learning objective is read a novel and illustrate your learning of it through creating various styles of interpretive text. I want to draw your attention to yesterday's lesson, okay? We talked about the percentages that will be available for different aspects of your learning. So today we're going to be focusing on project. So for the next 2 weeks, we will be working on project, which will be worth 20%. Yesterday, we also talked about creating a new folder on Google Drive. This was the only thing you needed to do yesterday. I think only a handful of students did this from each class, so you need to make sure that this is completed before the end of the lesson. Narrative writing, and you need to create your own folder inside in there, and then create the folders inside in that then week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, first thing you're going to need to do today is you are going to be logging into Literacy Pro. The instructions are there, and there is also a video available in this topic for today's lesson to show you how to do it if you are having problems. Once you go into Literacy Pro, you click on the second box, and then you will see that I have assigned 2 books for you. If you cannot see the books, just scroll this way or this way to see the text. The first option is a very short, simple version of the novel, okay? It's a novel by a man named Jack London, and the vocabulary here is much simpler than the actual original novel. This is the original novel, and this is an option for those of you who wish to challenge yourselves and to try something a little bit more difficult. So the aim is that you are going to read this novel over the next 2 weeks. You are going to work hard in understanding what happens in the text, and then you are going to complete 2 of these choice board options. There are 6 options there, and you need to choose 2 of them and submit them for your project work. The options are quite simple, and you can click into the PDF that's also attached in this lesson if you need additional help. So what do you need to do? First things first, you need to read the story. Then you need to choose your 2 options from the choice board. When you are finished with your work, you upload it into your narrative writing folder into week 1. The last thing you need to do is you need to make sure that it is completed by the 30th of April. So you might be wondering, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get information? There are lots of additional resources available, and some of them I have attached in this lesson. First things first is I need to let you know that there is also a movie version of this novel available. It was only recently released, and I know you cannot attend cinemas, but you can probably find this online. If you cannot find it in a different website, Apple Movies, etc. have it. There are also options in today's lessons for a read along online book. So there's the online book and you can read along with it, and there's the audio book so that you can follow the words but listen to somebody else read it out to you. And there are lots of other bits of information about the author, about the book, key characters, and chapters. So there's lots of information here to help you complete your choice board. Your deadline to complete all of this is April 30th. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to check in with you regularly during our Google Hangouts to see how you are getting on with your reading of this novel. We will be checking in to see if you are getting a lot of the work done, and depending on your progress, we will see whether or not we will maybe extend the deadline or not. That will be down to checking in on your progress. Your progress will be very important, so make sure you are staying up to date with the different tasks. I will give out a couple of different progress sheets just to check where you are in your learning. Make sure that you are following the different steps so that you are up to date, because if you fall behind in this task, you are going to lose 20%, as I stated in yesterday's lesson. Best of luck with it. I'm sure you are going to enjoy it. The choice board options are quite easy and quite accessible for you. And if you have any problems, as always, please contact me. I will be available on Google Hangouts during our lessons at all times.